been a week, man. Had to start it off right, bro.
Turn that on, huh?
The camera on too?
Yeah, everything on.
All right,
That's what I'm
everything
talking about, man.
All right. This nigga start off ignorant. Welcome back, man. It's From the Outside Podcast. Got the star of the show in the building. Yeah, I'm gonna introduce myself this time. Austin, you know, how you doing today?
Boo!
I got my two guys over there. Got the chosen one over there. Speaking to the mic.
Where the bitches at?
I got the enlightened one, Charles.
You know the vibes.
And we got two guests today, man. Introduce yourselves. Wayne, you can go first. Wayne.
All right, Dwayne Jones. I'm co-owner of LIKESUSHI.
What's up, everybody? My name's Cody. I'm the other co-owner of LIKESUSHI.
All right.
Glasses on too. I should have put my glasses on.
Them glasses hard, dude. I ain't never seen them things.
Hold on, I'm about to.
What's up?
You funny.
Got no questions, man? How we starting this thing off?
Oh, y'all niggas too cool. We knew. Everybody got to get glasses. We need 3 sets of LIKESUSHI glasses. When these drop, there we go.
Look, every 10 minutes, there'll be like a jump cut, and somebody else will have glasses.
It would be fine. They ain't even gonna peep that.
Man, y'all got to introduce yourself to the people.
Like, what you mean? What you want me to
Give yourself a brief introduction. Like, the city know who LIKESUSHI is, right? But who are Wayne and Cody?
We just the two guys that's been, grinding at it for years. The brand is something that has, like you say, people know the brand and they love the brand and they support the brand and the brand exists, and we're the guys that, make sure the lights stay on for it and it's there, we're the guys that keep it going, keep it moving, keep it there.
Oh man, what you want to know, man?
Get into the
what you wanna
backstory.
know?
All right, what's the start of the brand?
Like, how did
LIKESUSHI? How
come?
even the name start? That's
Raw LIKESUSHI. Huh?
Let me ask you something, man. Let me ask y'all something, man. How come,
put us on the spot.
how come everybody want to know where we came up with the name from?
That's some dope names.
It's
unique.
facts. It's cool. LIKESUSHI.
Man,
It's raw LIKESUSHI. Huh?
So if you met Ralph Lauren, you'd be like, man, how you pick that? How you pick Ralph
That's his
Lauren?
name,
That's
though?
his
No,
government
that ain't
name.
his goddamn name.
That's really not his name?
Wait, that's not Ralph Lauren. Not Ralph Lauren name.
Of course not. That's not his name.
So Greg Loren name is not Greg Loren.
Nah, I don't think so.
it's his family. His family
Wait, no, they might have
has an
changed
original
it.
name.
They
There was a
might have
name
changed it.
change. There was a name change.
You know who
involved.
married to we'll call him Greg Lauren. You know who's married to Greg Lauren? Jesse Spano from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, I
Elizabeth
heard
Berkley.
that.
Nah,
Yeah.
for real?
Yeah, from Showgirls. You ever seen Showgirls?
Nah, I ain't see Showgirls.
You should watch
I know
Showgirls.
Jesse Spano is, though.
Facts. Saved by the Bell. Classic.
Yeah, look, she was doing Saved by the Bell, and then it's like, and you understand this as you get older. She's like, you talking about that career change?
Yeah.
She was like, she needs to show people she was on some other type of time, so she did the movie where she was a stripper.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
But Cody, you ducking. Get into
One of the ways I like to describe the name is we created a name that allows individual people to answer it for us. So what happens when you wear LIKESUSHI gear and you're out there, somebody will come up and say, hey, what is LIKESUSHI? And a lot of people, we've never given that answer. The answer you're asking for, we've never said it. So each individual person that owns a hat or a shirt has to answer that. And they have different versions. I've heard different versions. I've heard people from different places have different responses to it. And I think that's fun. I think people think that's fun. And, it gives a connection to the brand. So we didn't tell you what was LIKESUSHI beyond the brand. It's up to you to kind of answer that in the streets. And I think that works, and people like it, and it's fun. And like you said, people say raw LIKESUSHI, and I've heard fresh LIKESUSHI. I've heard, I heard a lot of things. It's clean, it's classic, all types of stuff. So,
what's your favorite name you heard somebody come up with? Like meaning for the name?
None. People say silly shit. Like, I don't know why they named it Supreme. Like, it sounds cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have the faintest fucking clue why they named it that. I don't think anybody knows why they named it that. I know why he named it Bape. Let's just leave it at it sounds cool, right? It sounds cool. Like,
They probably got Supreme.
does anybody else's shit sound as cool as LIKESUSHI?
Nah. That's why y'all like sushi. Not really, man.
And and that's not a shot at anybody, nobody anywhere. Like, it just like especially after trying before. Like Sushi wasn't my first brand. It wasn't my first attempt at this. So to come up with something and be like, that's a good one. That's a real good one. Like the first time you heard it, I was like, yeah, got one there. Like, I think what your brand means, and when people are like what it means, I think you know that down the road. I think you know that like after you've done something with said brand name. Like I think like at this point, you could say that like sushi stands for like doing your own thing and doing your own thing on your own time, at like at your own pace, whatever. And people either get it or they don't. You said that everybody knows who Wayne and I are, and I would beg to differ that's actually like a really finite group of people. I think it's probably like a smaller group of people than people who share your opinion like you, because I hear that often. I don't think a lot of people have any clue. I think that if we had even 2 more out of every 10 people in the metro area that knew what Like Sushi was, like I could retire when I'm like 40. Like, you know who everybody knows who it is? Flirty Girl, that lady. She got the big sign off the side of the interstate next to Faux Pop Prince. She got 7 stores. Like, I think that like at this point, Like Sushi sounds fucking cool, and it's a hack on the whole thing because people see it. And they're assuming it's me, right? They're assuming it's some Asian guy. But, like, I'm not Japanese, and I didn't even really like fucking sushi the first time I tried it. And that's not like a cliche. Like, I didn't. Like, I like sushi a ton now. Like, I love sushi. And I can give you a whole bunch of, like, things I've told people. Like,
Everybody falls in love with sushi.
yeah. I must have said like 100 times in the last 10 minutes.
Like, I don't like it.
That's a big part of it, too, is,
People say it until they try.
like, I don't know, man.
All right, all right, well, I got a question for y'all because growing up, I got into fashion kind of late, but I was always aware. So around like 13, 14, that's when I started seeing y'all guys shit just around the city or whatnot. And I had this partner who I went to school with. He used to wear it all the time. We had the little dress down days and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck is Like Sushi, right? He was just like, everything raw. I'm like, and at the time, that's when niggas started fucking this shit. So I'm just like, nigga, is this shit for raw sex, niggas? Like, what the fuck is he talking about? So I was just like, well, fuck. He was like, yeah, brother, got a page, just go look it out, check it out. So my question to you guys is, how did y'all stay consistent? Because that was around 2014, 2015, maybe 13 when I first got around to that. And you just said that this wasn't even your first brand, so
I would say that we did a lot of homework. We did a lot of homework, and we took a lot of L's, and we learned a lot that gave us what was needed to stay consistent. A lot of people don't learn those lessons, or they go ask for the answer before they get a chance to benefit from learning that lesson, and then they run into that problem and they don't know how to maneuver through it. So we've seen it all. We've seen it all, been through it all, from high-end brands to pre-owned clothes. We know what lasted 20, 30 years and is still cool today from the vintage world. So we know what aspects to implement in our brand and whatnot. So we try not to chase the fashions. We try to set our own pace. We're looking 20, 10 years ahead. Like I tell Coach, we both got kids, and like I need my kids to benefit from this. This is not just for me for right now. This is for families and stuff. So it's our livelihood. And if it's your livelihood, you're gonna keep it consistent. You're not gonna play. You ain't gonna gamble and play games with the thing that's supposed to be, taking care of the family. So a lot of people don't approach fashion that way. A lot of people approach fashion very self, and for that moment for themselves. And we want to be like, I'll be bringing up brands like Uniqlo and Gap and whatnot, when the brands that have withstood that test of time. So that's my take on it. Like we knew what we were doing. We weren't just winging it too much.
What's y'all brands y'all had before? Like y'all behind BSBCU it was?
That's Cody's
like
brand.
one of my favorite crew names.
That's Cody's brand.
It's funny. Nah, man. Like to go back to what he was saying. I don't lie to myself, man, about who I am and what I'm trying to do, and what I'm doing. Like I think we're talking about this the other day, sitting right here. I I don't really think I got into this to be a fashion designer. Like when I'm honest with myself, like when like you self-audit, I think the first thing I wanted was I didn't want to live, and this is, don't take no offense to this because I think what you do is tight. But like I didn't want to go get the kind of job that like you could pick out the book at school. It just seemed like everybody I knew was gonna want to do that and was gonna do that. And if I wanted to see what it was like, I could look at my parents' life or I could look at my friends' parents' lives. And it's like kind of selfish to say that, but it's the truth. Like the decision, I didn't know what I wanted to be when I was 18 because all the shit I wanted to be, like, bro, I was 5'9". Like I had fallen about 8 inches short of one of the height requirements for my next dream, which was to, play Division I college basketball. I was thinking 6'5", 6'6" was gonna be a minimum requirement for that. So I think that when I found all of this, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna have a brand because I was working in retail and I was figuring that like 30 times 100,000 was a lot of money. So 30 times $1 million was like, that's $30 million. Like you sell a t-shirt for $30, you could do all right, sell a bunch of t-shirts. And I think like a lot of people, I had a handful of things that I thought would look cool on a t-shirt and really overestimated how many people in the world would agree with that idea, right? So that's how you get on down on that path. And I think along the path, like I realized that I had always kind of like growing up and even in college and stuff when I was like getting older, I had always kind of like put an emphasis on the way I dressed. And like that was always something that was important to me, like the way you present yourself. So I think that I looked up, I was in a situation, I didn't feel like quitting. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to do this stuff. Because I can teach myself just about anything else. But like, but because of that, like I don't have any aspect, like I don't wanna I don't have any secret, leather jacket, sleeveless hooded, one piece unitard sets with a cape and imagine roller skates. Like I don't have no designs like that in the closet. Like it's just gonna be like better hoodies. Like I've been making hoodies for 10 years. They're better now they're better now than they were 7 years ago. They're better 7 years ago than they were 10. Like, I just been doing the same thing. Like we put like sushi on more stuff this year than we've put in a long time. But I think it's just because we had like a really strong year selling other stuff, like our shorts and like the sunglasses and hats and slides and stuff. And so people would ask me like, man, why you don't got no t-shirts? Man, I want a t-shirt. Why you ain't got no t-shirts? And I'd be like, man, I don't spend all day sketching. I probably should sketch more, especially from an art perspective, but I don't spend all day sketching. So a lot of times it's just like, and then I don't wear like heavy graphic t-shirts. Like I wear like a bunch of vintage t-shirts and I got a lot of plain t-shirts. I was talking about that blank t-shirt earlier. So it's like, fuck it, bro, you want a t-shirt from us? Like here's a great t-shirt with like sushi on it in orange. Because like if you're gonna, like essentially at that point, if you're buying a t-shirt from us and it's not a really good graphic, you're basically just trying to, like you're just fucking saying like, yo, I fuck with you guys. Like I support you guys. It's like buying merch almost. Mm-hmm. So like, yeah, like for the brand, it's consistency comes from like a long-winded answer to your question and going back to BSBCBU, which was my first brand. Consistency comes from like, I just been working on the same moves for like 15 years. Like catch, 2 dribbles, pull up, catch, 2 dribbles, hesitate, like just not trying to outsmart myself. And that's not to say like we're not like not be aspirational, not try to do new things, but like I got a hoodie on right now. Like this is how I dress. Like I essentially want to make clothes not for myself, but like it's like a representation of who I am. It's like guys who write movies or something. Like Sushi is like a character I'm playing.
I took a lot from that, dude, as far as like mastering the basics.
Facts.
I think that's at the point that I'm at right now. I'm like struggling with the basics right now. So we like, damn, I'm struggling with the basics. Am I ever gonna get good at this? You feel what I'm trying to say? I think everybody probably hit that.
Though I don't know. I still don't know if I'm good at this. I talk about this all the time. I still don't know if I'm good at this.
Come on, man. He being
Well,
humble.
yo,
He being
what do you call this right now? It's like
This is our studio. It's our
Studio?
It's our
Yeah,
studio.
it's our studio. A lot of people.
Extra about a sweater
Yeah.
on entry, like.
Yeah, you know, but like, okay, for example, right? So we're gonna keep it real, so people from the outside can understand. Like from the outside, right? We'll keep it real, right?
What a soundboard.
Like I got a partner who made like 150,000 in the last 8 weeks putting together contracting jobs. Like 150,000 in 2 months, man. It's like 75 grand a month. Like I wish I could lie to you and say that that's what we did in the last 8 weeks with this company, but that's just not the reality. And now he's not gonna have that forever, right? He's not gonna have that forever. But like, as a contractor and a guy putting together contracting jobs, specifically roofing jobs, he's gonna have work for he's gonna have consistent, steady, paid by insurance company work for like the next 6, 7, 8 months to a year, 18 months. Like, that's a level of security when you got, like Wayne was saying, a kid who you want to put in college or you want to like give a future to. Like, that's a level of.
But is it fulfilling?
Yeah, no, fuck no, it's not fulfilling.
Yeah,
but like, it's
a big hole in you.
But shit, boy, you know what's fulfilling? Watching your daughter like go around the shit at Disney World 47 times.
Yeah.
But nah, man. So like, you know, like there's that. I don't even remember how we got on that, but like, yeah, man. Fuck money, the dreams. Like I don't know if I'm successful. Like you'll know that's what it was. Like I don't know if I'm successful. Like I take, you know, people asking me to talk about what I'm fucking doing. Like I take this, yeah, this is a sign of success. Like my fiance loves me, my daughter loves me. I'm healthy. I'd say that's successful. I'm happy. I don't have no boss that I fucking hate. Yeah, like I guess I could use some more money, but you know, if anybody wants to send me some money or something,
We're gonna put your cash app at the bottom.
no, we're not gonna do that because that's how they gonna get me, and they're gonna have me on Instagram telling you like, Charles, have you ever met my friend Yannick? He's my #1 Forex trader. Look.
Well, come on, y'all. You talked about something that's crazy that I want to talk to y'all about because it's something I struggle with, like just being like feeling like you fulfilling your purpose. Like y'all think y'all found that with LIKESUSHI?
I would say whenever you got an outlet where you could create and share through, yes, you know, like having that outlet. As you build a business, you know, the more I could see our business support our families and support other people's families, that's when, you know, that's what I'm still looking for. You know, that's the success that I'm still looking for, is like building that business. Yeah, like, what was the detail of the question? The main part of the question?
It's about fulfilling your purpose.
Yeah,
Or you
fulfilling
feel
purpose.
fulfilled.
Yeah. I find it fulfilling.
What aspect of it though?
For sure that outlet, and I know that it's something that was needed for the city and kind of needed from us. You know, when like you find that people are expecting. They're counting on you for something. Like if you sign to a team for a position, there's a role that's kind of expected of that, you know. And when we looked up and saw the position we were holding in the city, after the years at Refresh, introducing many brands to the city, that we realized that I'm not going to continue to introduce new brands from Asia and LA to New Orleans. We're going to build one, and that was really some of the birth of LIKESUSHI, when we realized I'm not going to keep going to trade shows, finding new brands, bring them to New Orleans, introducing y'all to them, sell them to y'all, and then ship the money back to wherever these brands are from. And then 6 months, it's not cool no more, and we on to a new brand. So it was very important for us to stop doing that, get rid of that, and fill that void with a local brand that people can relate to, tap into. You know, they knew the creators and behind it. We felt that was really important. And then the money stays here. I pay my rent here. We pay our bills here. We pay our taxes here. The money goes back into our economy. We shop with other people, and the money circulates. So that was key for us. And, you know, just when we did that, when LIKESUSHI started, that was successful. You know, that was fulfilling. We knew we had done something. Giving more people the game and seeing more brands come from like watching us do our thing. Like when Free Water really went off to do their thing, like that was fulfilling to watch that. You know, so stuff like that I found fulfilling through this process. Yeah, so it's like as we continue to make LIKESUSHI sustainable, and like Sushi is able to exist beyond us when we're not here no more, and it's 40, 50, 60 years, and like Sushi's still a thing, that's going to be epic, you know, that's going to be huge. So, yeah, so I'm finding it fulfilling. There's a lot to do, and I know it still has a lot to offer. So I know I'm not trying to say that, it's done all it's going to do for us as far as fulfillment, but yeah, it's a good time, good vibe, you know. I'm with it.
Yes and no, but mostly yeah. Like no, because if we're gonna be 100% honest, I feel like I gave away some really valuable moments and years of my life following people and ideas that were fucking stupid. But I try not to live with regrets. And what I realize is you learn things like that. A lot of those cliches about like losing and learning and how they're like coincide. You don't like lose and you learn. That shit's kind of true. So I don't want to dwell on that too much. But there are things, again, like as you get older, age is a number, but it also is part of like some sort of societal realities. And there are things that I wish I would have done when I was younger that I can't really do anymore. So I'm not fulfilled in that regard. However, what ultimately makes the answer yes is that at the end of the day, I do come here to my studio every day, no boss. If I want to come here at 4 a.m. like I was a couple days ago when I woke up super early, I can. Or if I want to get here as late as 3 p.m., I can. Like, and that part's really great. Wayne said this a couple years back. I forgot if we were talking to someone or if he was talking to me. And he said, like, if nothing, because I always go back and forth in this thing about, like, going back to success. Like, man, I don't even, like, for a while, a long time, I was like, man, I don't know what the fuck I've actually designed to call myself a designer. And he's like, you know, you design your life. And I was like, I like that one. I was like, if nothing else, I got that. And it's the truth, man. Like, this bitch wouldn't make sense to many people. And it probably don't make sense to everybody all the time. But it makes sense to me. And, like, I know a lot of people who really hate their jobs every day or hate their lives or, like, wish their life was different. And if nothing else, mine has the day-to-day possibility of changing, like, at the drop of a hat. So that part is super fulfilling. Like, do I wish, and this is just me being real with y'all, speaking real with y'all, I wish that there were moments, because I've gotten a paycheck twice a month like everybody else, so I wish that there was like something like that. Again, yes, but it's not about me no more. Like, it's not so I can go buy the new Rick Owens or some shit. It's just so, like, if I had, for example, if I had an extra 30 bands a year, by the time my daughter was 18, like, her life would be set up. Just investing the 30 bands into her for her future every year. Like that, and so I'm not talking about, like, I need to win the Powerball, you know, although that'd be fucking great. I'm just, you know, like, when it comes down to fulfillment now, it's funny you say that. I don't even fucking think about that no more.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate fulfillment.
Yeah.
It really is.
Living in the present.
Like, man, I wake up every day.
I
I wake
think
up
about
every
it.
day and I debate. True story. I wake up every day and I debate, do I rush out the door, hit the gym early, or do I make my morning coffee, take my time? Because maybe the baby will wake up, and if she wakes up, oh, well, I might as well just kill an hour with her. Because if she does, I'm going to do it. And, like, to be able to do that, man, because when she was born, I was anticipating not spending a shit load of time with her. The first 2 years she was alive, you know, COVID hadn't hit yet, and I was just like, I was going to be like any other young father. I was going to, like, grind, like, you know. But, like, man, you spend, like, my daughter was a month old when they shut the world down, so I spent, like, the second month she was alive, locked in the house, not even by choice, just, like, getting to know her. So it's like, yeah, like, I love the little girl. Like, any moment I get a chance to spend with her, I want to. Like, she's just like, yeah, man. Like, it's funny you say that. So it's like, yeah, like, I'm only as fulfilled with work as I think you should be. Like, life's about balance, or so they say. I don't know.
Balance.
Damn, that's a good ass question. I mean, good ass answer from both of y'all.
I got a question about streetwear. You got a question?
Oh, I was about to basically ask the same thing. Like, what's the first, like, fresh piece that you ever got? Like, that you remember that you're like, man, I can't wait to wear this. Because I think I know
Fresh
mine.
piece.
I know mine too.
My first fresh piece.
Or just a memorable piece that you bought with your woman, or just something like that you got for Christmas.
That was a memorable piece when I bought a jacket off from store called Shufti on Magazine. And tour year was that cool. That was like 2000.
That's before I was living here, but that was like a long time
2008.
ago.
It was a long time ago, but it was a Mason Margiela jacket. It was a bomber jacket. It was dope. It was clean. It was like, it easily was like $1,300 jacket. And I got it for like, or probably more than that. And I got it for like a deal, right? She really hooked it up. And I wore it for years, and it was just like this nice jacket. Every winter, I would pull that bad boy out. And it was just because I couldn't afford it. You know, I was broke back then. But yet I had a badass jacket. No matter where I go, and no matter where I go in the country, I'll wear that jacket, and it was just a badass jacket. So like, I'll never forget that jacket. End up giving it to my little brother, and he wears it. And until this day, I'm like, it's a badass jacket. But yeah, I'll never forget that piece.
What about you, Oz?
Oh, my first piece that I bought though. No, I got it for Christmas from my grandma. That I felt like was the freshest thing to me at the time. It was like a 10 Deep varsity jacket. I think it was like they Victory.
Yeah, 10 Deep has some stuff.
Yeah, it was like they Victory collection or something like that. It was like $250. It was hanging up in the mall in Mad Souls. It was hanging up. I told my grandma, I'm like, yeah, I need that for Christmas. I need that for Christmas. She got that bit early. She got it to me like in October.
Yeah.
And I rocked that bit to school. I wore that bit everywhere. I had that jacket until like senior year of college. I gave it away. Yeah. I bet a $5 varsity jacket. So I'm a real jacket man.
No, you go next. I want to hear yours.
So I got two, right? So one, well, I'm gonna just say one. It was an undefeated blue crew neck. It had like an eagle on it. I got it from Politics when Politics was on Severn before they got on Veterans was turning to false or whatever. And I got a pair of New Balance 574s the same day I had got the undefeated. And I was like, bro, like, I felt undefeated. Like, people don't know undefeated forever got like a little spot in my heart just because of that. Like I love that jacket so much. That crew neck, that became my school hoodie. Like, I just wouldn't take it off. Like, that was just my favorite hoodie. It fit the best. Like,
I like it.
Everything about it just was beautiful to me. Like.
Oh, and I had this Goodwood piece too.
For
That's
real?
one that had
Like
it.
Jesus?
Nah, I had it. I forgot what it was though. I can't really remember right now, but I had got it off. I forgot this website, man. It was like It was something. It was like a
Pick your shoes.
Pick your shoes. It was like an NY. It was like a New York website, and I had got it off there. Well, go ahead, Jahan.
For me, it's a sneaker for me. I know it's gonna be cliche, but I've been into sneakers, like, cause my dad got me into it. But when I really first stood in line for that Air Jordan 12 Taxi, that's when it all just went crazy for me. I still got the shoe to this day. Still got it. Yeah.
Damn.
You?
So like, what's the question exactly? Like the coolest thing that like the thing that I think is the best, or like the coolest?
I guess
favorite.
your favorite one.
The memorable one, the one that
really stick with you.
Yeah, that special one.
Yeah, that special one.
Yeah, like that undefeated got me in the streetwear. Like that was my first streetwear
Tight.
piece. Like that's what got me into it.
That's a good
It
brand.
could be a shoe.
Undefeated, 10 Deep, like these were like brands that
Man,
had
I'm gonna think.
iconic brands.
I'm gonna think. Let me think about it.
I mean, they got so much, man. I mean,
And then obviously my LIKESUSHI Vaughn sunglasses.
Do y'all have them for sale?
Yes,
do.
man.
Can I buy one
Cody
now?
has the green ones
Yes.
on. Those the green ones. That's the marble.
Yeah.
I need them now.
You know what I mean?
Now.
Let me think.
These are quite special, you know. So these felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got them here.
I'm about to buy the slippers though. That's gonna be one of my favorite pieces.
Man,
Yo, what we doing, bro?
Snakeskin wallet, huh?
Let me think.
I got a story about something I caught from y'all that were refresh, because I want y'all to talk about the refresh era, because y'all low-key put the city onto like designer, right? Y'all introduced us to designer. I had bought a John Elliott like layered gray hoodie. Like, I'm a big nigga. John Elliott really not for me. Like, that bitch was like, bro, that bitch was like 110. I bought it on my lunch break. Like, I was tweaking to go get that bitch. I had came in the store twice and looked at it. Bro, I bought it. Like, I tried it on in the dressing room. That bitch ain't fit, right? I still bought it because I'm like, bro.
I think that's a black thing.
Oh man.
But yeah, that taught me to stay in my lane. Like,
He said, "Tell me to stay in my lane."
No, 100%.
That's why I never got waxed denim. My thighs was too big.
nah, I'm about to
Check those out.
bust some wax in.
My thighs was too big to get waxed denim, son.
Speak on the refresh era, though.
So the refresh era?
Yeah.
Oh man, the refresh era.
Y'all had a lot of people come through that.
Refresh era was interesting. We learned a lot during the refresh era. We knew what we needed to do during the refresh era. There's many times the refresh era would have ended many times, and we did what needed to be done to make sure it didn't. you know, for years. So it's like,
Man, don't talk
refresh.
about it like that if you're gonna talk like that. Just
No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to talk about it.
that's what I'm saying. So yeah, just avoid it. Be like you don't want to talk about it.
No, because some things must be known, but not necessarily, not details. You know, some things are redacted.
But don't say something like that. Don't say something like the refresh era would have ended many times. It's
And
not
we-
for us.
and we started
Again, that's like saying like I got this story I want to tell you, but I'm not gonna tell you. Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
That's what I'm not. You gotta wait
Don't
for
do
the
that.
book.
Don't do that.
Yeah, wait for the
Don't
book.
do
Wait for
that.
the
Don't
book.
do that.
When the book come out,
Don't do
Show me
that.
some shit I can't buy.
Don't do that. Don't do
Wayne
that, bro. Because you saying we, like I'm not doing that right now.
that's fine.
But Cody said,
I can't just say I. 'cause
I'm
that
not
wasn't-
talking
it
about
wasn't
that
me.
for free.
You know what I mean?
I'm not
you gotta
talking.
talk about refresh for free?
Fuck no.
That's what I'm
man.
saying.
Damn.
That story, the story I'm
We
talking
need
about
to
is in
film.
the book.
This is what I say about that. This is what
We
I,
need to film.
I leave it like that.
Film.
My name got
Survivor refresh.
my name got slandered. My
No, it's
name,
not like that. It's not like that.
my name got slandered in the streets for years behind that store for a multitude of reasons, and I lost friends. People showed me who they were, their true colors, and nobody gave a fuck about me when I left that fucking store. And I'm here now. Nobody talk about that fucking shit no more. It is what it is. It was a good time. I was actually considering whether or not I wanted to tell a refresh story for like what's the coolest stuff I got, because like, man, the truth is I learned so much from my old boss Brennan. Like I learned so much about like personal branding and style. Like shout out to him forever. Like I got no gripes with him. But like, man, I don't like talking about refresh. You know, it feels like refresh, sadly, because we didn't end on good terms, and like nobody, like my homie Adam Vo is, I mean, this is not, I don't think I'm breaking news or anything. Like he's not working with politics anymore. He's like off doing his own thing. He's like free, full.
Take the pictures and all that.
Yeah. And I'm not like, they don't have no bad blood. He just don't work there no more, right? That ain't the relationship we got with Refresh. Like he's gonna be down here this Saturday when they do the politics Adidas thing. It's gonna be all love. That ain't the relationship I got with them over at Refresh. So it's like, that's like some Malice in the Palace shit. Like, yeah, man, we were great and it was good and the great things happened and like the memories are fine. But like, I literally don't talk about that shit. I don't think about it. It happened. I was there.
Wait for the film.
No, because ain't never gonna be nothing. Because like, you know what, man, like
They're gonna do the refresh documentary.
too often people want to like, you know, no, most people
You
do.
be having questions. Like you got questions. You
I
got
got multiple questions about that area.
No, we,
I was
like,
too broke to shop for
no, you know
I
what
got like
happened?
one shirt.
You know what happened? Most
My mama
people,
cursing me out for buying it.
I didn't fuck with that. I didn't fuck with that at all. I thought that was terrible, and that's kind of what happened.
That
bro.
was kind of like, I guess it kind of like kill your confidence a little, especially when you a kid. Like all the fresh people, are like Pusha T was there.
Bro,
Wale bitch ass.
about to
Wale a bitch. I'm sorry. I fuck with Wale, one of my favorite rappers ever. But Wale used to be on some bitch shit, dude. But anyway, all the people, I think Rocky. I was a Rocky Fresh fan at the time, and
everybody.
Rocky Fresh was
You know what's crazy? Back then, y'all were normal. Like the world was still normal. Like your parents were like, "How much you want to spend on the shirt?"
yeah.
And now all of a sudden, it's like the world going crazy, and the kids are in charge, and it's like, "Oh, well, guess I just gotta buy this
Yeah.
shirt for my son. It's $300." Like, what the?
I got slammed
fuck?
so many times.
I
we
we
didn't
didn't
like
like
that,
that.
and,
John Elliott shirt.
Y'all didn't like that at all.
And, we left Refresh and we went on to start Union Street Shop, and which was the polar opposite of that. It was a place where everybody can afford everything because we do consignment and we do buy, sell,
Not
trade.
everybody couldn't afford everything, but you.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you bring in something, trade in something. You know, it was way more engagement, way more. affordable.
Designer clothes
With
was
the same
cool,
stuff.
bro. Like that shit tight, but it just not like New Orleans got like 4 designer clothes stores, and we really need like 1.5. So like that the realistic nature of like how much money being made and how much money there is to go around, like, bro, there ain't nowhere to wear this fucking clothes to in New Orleans. Like, bro, I drove through downtown this weekend. This shit was dead. It was depressing. Like, we're not gonna turn this into like a political talk, but it's like, man, if like the city don't have, like if the world don't shake back soon, like if we don't figure out a way to get outside, I'm vaccinated. Like, I don't care about sharing that, whatever, whoop-de-woo. Like, if motherfuckers don't figure out a way to get businesses open, like, as well as observing public health, like, where you gonna wear the fucking $1,500 pants to in New Orleans?
Hey.
Much less before, like, bro, like, so, like, shout out to Refresh. I hope it stays open
I love
because
Hope it stays open.
the only reason that bitch was open for so many years was me and Wayne. And the only reason anybody know about that motherfucker until all them motherfuckers who was dying to come run around that bitch when me and Wayne left. You know who you are.
Young set Cody on fire.
No, it's just there's tons of motherfuckers, man. There was tons of motherfuckers. Like, I'll give you one, bro. There was tons of motherfuckers who thought that me and Wayne was on some egotistical, like, I don't want to share the spotlight, blah, blah, blah. Like, cats thought, like, you asked me to be on here because we got a brand. Cats think this is a fucking game. Like, I'm a fucking character. Like, I'm like, just like they think Young Thug is a fucking character. Like, that dude ain't got no first and last fucking name. Like, when he don't get off stage and go home, answer his cell phone, like, he ain't got, like, real life shit going on. Like, cats thought that it was streetwear the game, and I didn't want to let them play. Like, no, bitch. I worked here. I worked hard. I put myself in a position. I got this position.
He like that shit.
And the real shit was, like, bro, me and a handful of dudes that I consider my friends was scraping by, trying to figure it out, because we wasn't cracking cards and doing this, and that's not no shot at nobody who doing nothing like that. But it's just like, we was legit foolish enough to be under the impression that cats could make music and design clothes and do shit like that and make a living. Like, we was legit convinced that we could do that we didn't have to be no, oh, well, he moves packs, or, oh, well, you know, he scams, or,
That's
you know.
pure, though, like.
I mean, it's naive and it's overly romanticized, but it's what it was, right? It's what it was. So it's like, if I'm fulfilled, going back to fulfillment, if I'm fulfilled, it's because I know that I'm still standing here all these years later, no matter how many side jobs and hustles I've had. Like, bro, I ain't never go sell cars at Price LeBlanc, Toyota, Nissan. Like, I ain't never go do that. So shout out to Refresh and all that era. Like, that's where I learned about streetwear, bro.
So, I was talking to that boy Izzy and I was talking to that boy Izzy and Zae from Maximo, and Izzy got a question. He was like, brother, you gotta ask that, brother, you gotta ask that.
That sounds exactly like that, boy.
But he was talking about, speaking of, because it's a refresh-based question, right? So he was like, the current state of streetwear, right? You know, growing up, you had mad souls, like, shit was controlled by, like, a power, like, refresh, in a sense, like, from, like, me as a consumer, y'all were, like, a power to me, you get what I'm saying? Like, y'all were, like, the streetwear guys, like,
Bringing it in, yeah.
That was that refresh, right? So, like, how do you feel about New Orleans' current state of streetwear with it kind of being decentralized from power, where, like, you see more brands having stores, like Sushi, y'all was at Union Street Shop, y'all got the studio, you got Maximo, you got Loyalty Club, Tunchi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's y'all thoughts on that?
I personally think it's awesome. I think it's amazing. I think it's the only thing missing from it is that everybody not on the same street like a Fairfax or in the same area like a Soho or whatnot. So that's really the only thing that it's missing. But even then, like, you have Loyalty Club and like Free Water's really close. You still could get that community feel. But I think the game is awesome right now. I think it shows that it's a viable option for, you know, businesses and entrepreneurships and entrepreneurism, if that's a thing. Yeah, so I think it's cool. I think it's great. I see a lot of creative stuff happening out there. Yeah, and you know, the fact that the New Orleans ecosystem is allowing it to happen, I think, is great. It's not all weird or you know, not happening at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't have nothing bad to say about it. I enjoy it. I like it.
This dude's been sounding like Cedric Richmond the whole time. These are the political answers ever. You know, if man, look,
Y'all
so,
really yin and yang. Like, this shit's so funny.
I'm gonna shout out everybody so we can tag everybody and this can get shared around. So, like, us, which is like Sushi, the Loyalty Club, Blake and Jared. I didn't want to get it wrong, but I've known him forever since college. Blake and Jared, Izzy and Zae at Maximo, Frankie and Marty at Free Water. I'm just moving my way around the city. Tunchi,
Got the M line, dude.
Yeah.
James
Yeah,
over at M Line.
Hema decent.
Matt's little brother. That's just a reference point. No offense.
We missing a lot of people.
21 Rich.
Yeah.
Around the corner.
Yeah, that boy do got a store.
I thought my man Hot. Y'all know Distribute.
Yeah.
You know Hot.
Yeah.
I know him. He did a pop up with Gus, who I'll also throw in there as 10 at our spot back in the day. Union. Let me see who else. I'm trying to think of any other brands.
What
You got,
is the other one?
Kindle
Always
Boys.
on tour. Are they
Got
New
Beignet
Orleans?
Boys.
Always on tour.
Always on
Yeah.
tour.
Beignet Boys. I say all that to say, the difference is, again,
Always on tour.
if we're gonna be specific and be accurate, is that we was the only brand in refresh at that time. Like sushi. No.
You talking that shit, John?
Facts.
Uh,
I'm fucking with
Nah, man. Like, I know Mad Souls carried some of the stuff. I never really got to meet the dude over at Mad Souls. I
met
know
him a
him
few
in
times.
passing.
You talking about the older guy?
Yeah. I know him in
He
passing.
used to give me discounts because I used to shop there somewhere.
It's funny that they said that because I like to talk to him because I used to talk to them a bunch before they opened their store. I know homie.
I
always
think
busy
All Star
now.
had a lot of stuff at the time too.
All Star had it.
Yeah,
Yeah, traffic.
Yeah,
Traffic
traffic.
had a lot of
They
shops.
definitely
I
had
think
traffic.
I think that if somebody actually opened a store right now in New Orleans and only carried like some of those brands I said, I think he'd be busy as fuck, man. Like I think he'd be really really busy. And I say that just because like I know Tunchi's very busy. I know that Maximo's very busy. I know the Loyalty Club. I'm assuming the boys are busy. I know Free Water's busy. I know we're busy and we don't even allow people here. I know James Mays is busy. So
That's a niche to tap in.
now, imagine if you just wanted to see what all of us had,
In one store.
but you not so much in one store. That's
Alright.
not even say you being that greedy.
My bad.
Let's just say you only have a limited amount of time, or you just got to get it done between Friday from 6 to 7:30 when you get off work, because you're one of those guys who works a job like that.
Instead of going to each and every
There's
store.
so many of people I just mentioned who are like legit. This is all everybody here does, and it's enough to sustain. I don't know, man. I think that I'm not saying that would or wouldn't work, but I'd be interested to see it. But I'm gonna say like Wayne said, man, like, and that's what's funny. Izzy and Zae store, we were moving Union to that spot. And that lady, their landlord, their current landlord.
They always talk about
It's just
well,
money.
look,
being-
cause she wild. She a wild person.
These many brands, good brands, people taking it serious, it just siphons money away from the 10 deeps and the hundreds and the all these other streetwear brands that's from the West Coast and whatnot. Guys don't have to resort to that, and they're now choosing to support local brands. That same money have been going to other cities and other people for
longest.
decades,
Yeah.
But-
and that's coming to a halt,
But-
and
But a bigger thing to do with that is, man, like people need stuff to do, like real shit. Like serious note, like, and this is not a streetwear question, but it's like I was out in Atlanta for the storm, man. There's something like you go to, like people will go out to Sandy Springs, Dunwoody, blah blah blah, all these different parts of Atlanta to do stuff. So that's why you getting clothes, blah blah blah. Motherfuckers don't leave the city. They stay in New Orleans. They just hang out, parlay at the same look. Like it's just like our brands would do better if our brands were exposed to like the full metro. Like if you were getting, like I said, like if you were getting your full just due out of 10 people, 10 customers from Kenner to Covington to Mandeville to Slidell to the West Bank,
That's facts.
Made in the Hood, Maximo, like Sushi, these brands would go further because, like, bro, like you don't know, like, there's some dude in some neighborhood in Kenner right now who swear he the coolest dude alive, and like, you know what, like, at least 3 of the good-looking women that he knows, and like 4 somewhat like sensible dudes also agree with him. Like, man, this our partner. He just the coolest dude ever. Like a neighborhood legend, right? That dude could be like the biggest like Crooks and Castles fan, right?
Facts.
And all his people rock that. Know why? Because Julio or Antoine or Jacoby or Andy, whatever the fuck his name is, he just got that influence over his peers. And like perfect example, just use him like it's like I saw that like Tyree and Lamar about to put out some Bay Area All Stars merch, right? There's like all those people hang out with Tunchi, like they clicked up, right? So it's like that weekend it kind of sucks because it's like they kind of just poaching from each other. Like you can't buy 2 shirts. You can't wear 2 shirts at once. You know, you can't wear 2 hats at once. But like, you don't know who ain't gonna think that's cool. Like, it's like brands like me and Frankie were talking about this a couple weeks ago. Like, you can pop in LA, man, because like you go over to the valley and there's a town in the valley that's got 100,000 people living in it. The surrounding areas of California got like 20 Kenners.
That's facts. That's facts.
Like, you know, and here it's like cats are so quick to be like, nah, the cat's not from New Orleans, they're from Avondale. Well, that's great, bro. Let's just stick them further on an island. I don't want none of their money either. Like, fuck no, bro. Like going to NOLA Motorsports way on and then that's
So
all.
what's Weagle like Avondale?
That shit false.
That shit not that far, bro.
But look,
That shit
but
right
that's-
there.
But that's all. But,
Live over there, man. You live in the vicinity,
But
man.
that's what he said. That's the small mind thinking. That's what he's saying.
But-
Like,
but it
but
also-
you'll go to Houston and you'll travel 30 minutes to go get something to eat. But you gotta have 25 minutes to go to.
Really, it's 15, bro.
That's what I'm
That shit
saying,
really
though.
not
That's what we're
that
talking
far.
about, that small mindset. 'Cause like you're saying, if Covington and fucking Slidell and all that grew, think how much the brand's gonna grow. Think how much my reach in Covington go eventually reach Jonesboro. You know what I'm saying? Or like Lafayette, because these people gonna stretch out to different schools and different cities and in Louisiana, and that just grow.
And-
And it just grow, then grow and grow.
And some of that is cultural differences too, right? Like, for example, like, let's say they put something really cool in Covington. Say they put like some
Covington
shit,
really
some
kinda
shit with
nice.
like with the go-karts, with the VR indoor stuff, like one of these big movie theaters, got the shopping center, got the live-in apartments, right? The minute motherfuckers that look like us show up out there, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. And sadly enough, like that can't be it, because like that's why cats don't go to Covington from the city. Like, man, I'm not trying to go to jail St. Tammany Parish. Cats not trying to go to jail in the West Bank, you know, like, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, sadly enough, it's like, you know, like in New Orleans, and maybe that's a New Orleans thing, but cats just not trying to move outside their section.
I think it's for sure New Orleans thing. Like New Orleans, like, bro, it's crazy. I done met people who like never left their neighborhood, like to college type shit. Like they in their neighborhood, they went to school in their neighborhood. Like everything you need is in your neighborhood.
Just Mardi
Your
Gras.
people moved around though, like
Who?
you.
Boy, Katrina, and I came right back.
Like
I'm a product of what he just said.
Yeah.
like, bro, it's a lot of people in New Orleans that like, and that go into the problem of us talking about like New Orleans people don't leave and explore and like see what other cities have. Like niggas in New Orleans, I know 6 blocks. Like I know these 6 blocks better than anybody. So it get like, so why would I go to another city? It's like your grandma never want to leave her house. Like why would I move when I know these 6 blocks? I know this crack on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? I know this alley. I know this house. Like why would I leave that?
That's
So I
good
think
for
that's
the
the problem that's facing New Orleans, in my opinion.
You know what I would say is the difference between like here, like what we're doing here, and what they're doing other places. Like, and this would go out to Izzy. The biggest difference between streetwear here and streetwear in other places, and it's like, and you know, it's funny. This just kind of hit me. We're kind of cheating. I'm kind of. It's almost like I'm feeding this. I'm alley-ooping this to myself. But like, you can't. Like, you're gonna struggle to do a flagship store. Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna struggle to do a flagship store, and really develop that community around it if it's not in like almost in like a neighborhood like Fairfax. Fairfax was a street that wasn't even popping. They got that street popping by going there. Where Izzy and all are, sadly enough, like that neighborhood's gonna get more expensive, more commercial. Like we're not gonna get more stores on that street. It's gonna be harder to keep stores on that street. Whereas like the barbershop, the dry cleaners next to us next door is wide open. If someone can put a store right there,
There's so much traffic right
Boy,
here.
like,
It's insane.
if you want to come put a store on the corner of North Broad and Dumaine, There's a dry cleaners. I'm talking to this like we're in the fucking radio. If you motherfucker, if you want to put a store on the corner of North Broad and Dumaine, you come swing by the Magnolia Meat Market right on the side of the impressive barbershop. There's a big wide open space. It's for you. You can open a successful store. You'll be next to us.
Boy, selling it all.
That should make me want to go get a store.
Tell Miss, what's her name? Miss, I can't think of what her name. I have the landlord's
The
number,
landlord?
but I want my commission.
Minefield?
She on this whole little block, huh?
What's
You
up?
should be talking your shit. It's hot on my mind.
What's
I
up?
follow you on the gram.
What's up?
The other couple of days ago,
Yeah.
you went off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We gotta talk about that. You
He
got-
was speaking facts.
Yeah,
on
you
that.
got into all the different qualities and shit. How niggas is just using gildings and all that
Yeah.
shit. Can you kind of touch on that for the people?
Yeah. Okay. So it was about. It's kind of like it's. Let me turn my chair around because like I'm sitting so far away. So it's like this whole thing about everybody wants me to do these podcasts. Everybody
Telling you, Cody came to talk shit. I'm telling y'all.
Look, so everybody wants me to do these podcasts, and to be completely honest, man, like I got into, before I got into starting my own brand, I was blogging on MySpace, because writing's like a therapeutic thing for me. I've always been familiar with that. So like when I found podcasts about 5 years ago, I like really fell in love with the idea of this. Like I stopped listening to music for a while, and then I only listened to podcasts. So I always liked the idea of doing podcasts, but what I've noticed is, and I'm not gonna say which ones, but you can almost guess it. Like a lot of my favorite podcasts over the years, it's like you kind of like the personalities on them at times, and since these podcasts don't have any real like corporations or stuff behind it kind of guiding the thing, it's like you kind of following a person. So like give you an example, like I used to really enjoy Joe Rogan's podcast, but Joe Rogan's podcast has just continually to move in a certain direction, and it's like his whole thing was he was super neutral, and the fact that he's not anymore kind of takes away the whole appeal of it. So I never really wanted to, like, even though I've done my own podcast, I'm hesitant to do one forever because I'm in fear of doing that to myself. So to go back to your original question, that's the type of shit I want to talk about on my podcast. Like people want me to say, like one of my buddies wants me to do a podcast with him. And I was like, bro, I don't want to talk about Young Thug and like I don't want to be the Breakfast Club. Like I'm not an expert on that. I don't know them people, and who knows what type of energy I'd have if, like, you know, I ran into Joe Budden and he wanted to ask me about some remarks I had. But like clothes, I know this shit. I tell you about this all day long. I tell it to Ralph Lauren. He could disagree with me all the fuck he want. Like t-shirts, man. Like I know a bunch of people who want to start clothing brands, and I don't even know why. Because like you can print t-shirts, you don't have to have a clothing brand to print t-shirts. Like you got like little quirky sayings you think are funny, or like little sketches you enjoy.
I have one on right now.
Like for exactly like that ain't a clothing brand. That's just funny.
T-shirt, yeah.
That's just funny. Like but yeah, man, I'm critical of I'm critical of t-shirts. I'm critical of blank items because the t-shirt, before you put whatever bullshit you put on it, is a price, and whatever extra we pay is because of, like, you know, whatever, you know, you claim the bullshit's worth whatever, you know. What would you really like me? What's your real question about the, like, you want me to tell you about how much a Gildan t-shirt sucks?
Dog, you gave like 7 brands. Like real, yeah, you really just straight up say, man, if you using these, you really fucking suck, basically.
No, see, that's
basically what you
that's
said.
not what I said.
So
Nah,
I'm just like, yo,
that's not
I
what I
said
said.
to these niggas, I'm like, yo, this nigga is tripping.
Like,
What's
so,
going on?
so check it out. That's not what I said. What I said was, it's like, you know, I'll elaborate on what I said. So the Gildan t-shirt Gildan is the company that owns Gildan, American Apparel, and Gildan,
They don't
American.
cover colors.
They do, but they own
All-Style
another.
and
All
Cover
Style. That's the third one. It's Gildan, American Apparel, and All Style. That's the main
It's
three.
all the same company?
Yes, now
like Foot Locker, what the
it is.
It is.
But
That makes sense.
All
Why
Style,
Gildan and
All
American
Style,
Apparel
All
shirts.
Style used to be its own company. All Style used to be its own company, and American Apparel used to be its own company. We used to use All Style. All Style made the big thick neck T-shirts.
Mock neck or just thick?
No, not mock.
yeah,
A little
just
smaller than mock neck. But the Gildan shirts, they just like it comes down to like the best way to describe T-shirts like toilet paper, bro. Gildan is what they give you anywhere in public.
One ply bathroom.
Yeah.
Talking about the big
Shit
stick,
ripping
thick
before.
ass-
You got rid of it 8 times.
Yeah.
It's like gas station toilet paper is like really, really fine sandpaper. It's like 5,000 grit sandpaper. But like, so,
You want cotton now?
yeah. And then like a lot of those brands I listed in the middle, like As Color and Cotton Heritage, those are brands that make what they call retail fit shirts. Like, I'm not a big fan of having like a side seam down my t-shirt. Like, you have a tubular, this is a tubular t-shirt, this is a tubular shirt. Do you have a side seam? No, it's a tubular shirt, right? Anybody have a side seam on their shirt?
I have on. I do. This is the.
See,
the
that's a
name
retail fit shirt. It has a side seam down.
on both sides.
A side seam down. A lot of brands have those, and those like they you ever notice when you lay your shirt down? Sometimes it looks like the front's lower than it's because it's tubular, right? A retail fit shirt won't have that. So like designer shirts will be like that sometimes. But all of those shirts are like $4, bro. Like all them shirts blank are like $4 to $5.
You said something really good when we was working on some NOBC stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you was like, the hoodie needs to not feel like the hoodie you bought in the gift shop, but like the hoodie that the fighter took off. You know, and it's like it depends on what you want the graphic to convey to the person wearing it. When they grab it, do you want them to feel that Gildan, or do you want them to feel like they got something else? You know, if it's something that has a different feel to it.
Check this out. I wear a couple Gildan shirts on a weekly.
Okay.
All that's it. Because some of my gym, some of the sweatshirts at the gym, and some of the t-shirts at the gym are Gildan. Now they, like I said, they get short and funny shaped,
Definitely.
right? And the hoodies are thin, like paper, like
And that elastic at the bottom.
Yeah.
Right there.
But that's kind of like a thing. Like that's like I'd almost say it's like the Gildan look. It's like this weird hobo, like I don't know, man. Like I just people.
Oh,
There's a brand in town that sells shirts for $7 to $10, sometimes $5, right? And that's like a new thing. Like these brands on the internet, they're like, and they all have blogs and they talk about it. Like, yo,
like that bitch ass nigga, Five Marosa. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, since he brought him up,
I fuck with 5
the
a.m.
real reason why I brought this shit
This
up
ain't nobody in the
basically-
city. This like
Yeah,
a
you know
NY
what I'm
dude.
saying?
It's like a New York dude. On
Basically,
Instagram, he sell
my
he sell like $5 shirts. Like sometimes he do like $1 t-shirt and just some shit like that, right? And he based it out of New York, but he don't ship people their stuff.
He didn't ship you your shit.
No, it's a lot of people that he didn't ship, bro. They all in the comments,
but it's gonna be a while down the
Nah,
line.
he
though.
got better, bro. I think before he was doing $5
was
shirts,
terrible.
and it was pre-orders, right? And I think he was getting more orders than he anticipated.
Yeah.
So his production didn't meet the shit, and he never actually went back and was like, "Fuck, let me fulfill these orders." He was
Right.
like, "I'm on some new shit now." So it's like, I know you spent $5, but it's $5. Like you gotta understand.
look,
I'm gonna add him on this shit. Go ahead.
I rambled a lot on that one, but like long story short, the point I was trying to make is like all of these shirts are blank in between $2 and $10. Like Rube Porter's blanks are fairly expensive from what I've seen. I've never used Rube Porter because that's just not the style we're going for. Like I say that, like that's why I posted that one last. I know when I see most t-shirt mock-ups nowadays, it's on the Rube Porter t-shirt. You know how I can tell? Because the blank Rube Porter t-shirt, everybody uses the same stock photo and
You talking about
and
like
the-
the
and
little
the-
graphic they'll pull up.
yeah,
like pre-order.
and the size
Hate
the
that,
size tag is slightly to the right. It's offset to the right. It's a small one. It's white. So everybody uses the same stock photo. So I know everybody likes Rube Porter, and that's cool because it's got that. Rube Porter's got that boxy fit, but it's that heavy boxy fit, that fashion boxy fit. Again, going back to the earlier questions about consistency, if All Style wouldn't have stopped making T-shirts the way they made, I'd still be rocking them All Styles. But All Style stopped doing that, and like the All Style shirts now, it's like Gildan rubbed all the Gildan off on it, and just they're like Gildan All Style shirts. Like it's the best way I can describe it. They're just like very Gildan-y. It's like if you went to Burger King and they was treating you like McDonald's.
Facts. Oh no, like when you go to McDonald's and sure they tell you our pleasure.
Our pleasure.
Fuck me up every time.
McDonald's?
Bro.
See, I ain't been
What
to
McDonald's you go to, bitch?
Oh, Carrollton by my
I ain't never had that one. But Cole, the reason why I asked is because, you know, I done spent 30, 40 on a shirt or whatever, and I get it, that bitch a Gildan. So it's kind of upsetting to me. I'm like, you selling this shit for this high price point, then I throw it in the dryer, it's done for. You know what I'm saying? Right, that's some bullshit to me. Like, give me what I paid for. Don't tell me that shit art when this shit really garbage.
Yeah,
that was my whole thing about it. And then when you went on that rant about it, it made me want to support y'all even more, because I feel like, yo, I'm not gonna get no bullshit from these dudes. Because I really like having my shit for a long time.
Man, all these dudes got to do is put a fucking care label in their shirt that says, like, if you want to save yourself a fucking headache, is put a care label that says hand wash only. Because if I put a hand wash only care label on it, like, no, I'm putting it in your fucking hands. It's on you, bro. You ruined this shirt. You did it. Mm-hmm. But no, that's like everybody's peeve. Like, that's like everybody's big pet peeve with t-shirts. That's why it's easy to design good t-shirts, because everybody's trying to solve the same problem. Everybody wants the shirt to be slightly long enough on the arms, but not go past their elbow, but not be up here. They want it to be just long enough to cover their belt, so it's not like this weird, like you can see my belly button, I feel half naked exposed thing, but I don't want it to be long like a dress. But I don't want it to be super wide, but I don't want it to be tight. Yeah. Like, bro, everybody wants their t-shirt to fit relatively the exact same way.
We got a lot of practice with t-shirts.
Yeah,
you know,
same what I'm saying.
For a long
like,
time, we dealt with a lot of different types of t-shirts, from On Noir to John Elliott to APC. Like, we've experienced it all, and all the while searching for what we thought was a good shirt, and then searching for a shirt we felt we would want to print on. And that's been an ongoing process. I think we're pretty happy with what we've been using lately. And again, like, a lot of that's Cody. Cody does his homework. Like I said, definitely when it comes, like, he knows exactly what feeling that we're going for, and or what graphic needs to be sitting on, you know, to get the effect.
I'm a little bit of a nerd, like, of shit I like when y'all was in store, we not gonna name.
man, you can say refresh. Like,
Fuck it, just
You say refresh? I love the Acapulco Gold.
Has APC?
No.
Y'all had like
APC's out of French
a
brand.
navy blue like sushi shirt. It was like just y'all was just like a logo like pocket tee. I had that bitch for forever. Bro, I actually found that shirt. Like every shirt y'all would make that I would cop from y'all. Even like Freewater. Freewater had it's like a charcoal gray with like the pink bubble. Like I bought that bitch and I'm like, bro, this is like the perfect shirt. Like I like the neck. Relabeled it. So I'm like, man, what kind of shirt is this? Like it's an all style. Like, and I know that because I can literally tell by the stitching on the thread, like how all style looks. I just feel like that's the kind of care, like what you saying. You want your brands to put that much care into choosing a shirt, because it's not just a shirt; it's the canvas for your art.
Because you don't want to have that moment months later where they hold up that shirt and they're like, you know. And I don't want that. I don't want nobody to have that feeling. Then when we went through the vintage thing, we experienced shirts, you know, that was 10, 15, 20 years old, still holding up and still being nice shirts, and you know that's what we want to happen with our products.
I hate having Preston shirts.
I don't think I was.
man,
You don't like the neck?
That's
They thin. Like I hate a white. If I wear a white shirt and can see my beat underneath, I hate that. Like
that's
a hype brand though.
That's
designer.
yeah, that's like that, and that's another reason why I stuck in streetwear, man, is because like I'm not. There's a guy to design the lightweight white T-shirt, and I'll buy it if I want one. I'll buy it from him. But like the regular T-shirt, that's me. Like that's my style. Like I wear some like the we use blanks. We do use blanks.
I was about to ask if y'all do cutting. So for T-shirts or blanks?
No.
They are all it's so see, that's interesting, right? So all of our sweats, all of our T-shirts are cut and sewn because it's a company that's making everything in LA. Everything's PFD, which is prepare for dye. So like all of our T-shirts, all of our hoodies, everything is cream, and then it's dyed. So technically they are cut and sew. Like for example, like the shirts we got now, like the gray ones have a different, it's an enzyme wash as opposed to the regular typical wash. So those shirts are technically not, like the larges are a little bit bigger than all the other ones. So yeah, but cut and sew is overrated, bro. People, like that's let me find the best music analogy for cut and sew. Cut and sew is like when cats call their mixtape their album. Like, oh, I'm about to drop my album, like with Interscope or with your record label. Okay, cool. So what was the mixtape you dropped last week? Also with your label.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not like they both original beats. So which one, like,
Yeah, what's the difference?
What makes this one what make this one the album, right? So cut and sew is like, if you get good enough blanks, who gives a shit if if it's cut and sew? I know people who are doing cut and sew who could just be using blanks, could be saving themselves some time.
True.
So that's the next question. I want y'all to speak on the business of like sushi, because I feel like we talked about it creatively, but like I think one thing people don't realize about most of this shit is it's business behind it. Like you can't just be this artist. You gotta be fucking business savvy. You gotta understand money.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Oh, all right. Well, we could just wrap up after this.
That's your last question you said?
Nah, I'm gonna just wrap it up because we had 110. We can just cut it.
All right, that's all good.
If y'all gotta leave, anybody who watch this interview, which is one last thing, which y'all leaving with, just one piece of advice.
One piece of advice. Be intentional. Be intentional. The decisions you make, the stuff you do, the stuff you make, know why you do it. Don't do it blindly, or don't turn into a robot. Don't fall into a system. Be intentional. And if you do it that way, you're gonna end up fulfilling yourself. You're gonna end up, achieving what you set out to achieve because you was clear on what it was. So that's key.
Just go with your move, man. Like, I got a lot of respect for you, man. I got a ton of, like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna give you your flowers in front of your own show in front of everybody.
Lord, give Charles the flowers, man.
I'm gonna give you your respect. I'm gonna give you your respect, man, because like, you know how hard it is to humble yourself to go work at a motherfucking place like a Chick-fil-A or a Starbucks or Raising Cane's, bro. And then to come to a store with some guys who are older than you, who are arguably like you didn't know what's going on behind. It could be smoke and mirrors, like most things. And like, to go from the job that every kid probably could go get and wants to avoid like the plague for fear of being lame or whatever it is, right? Because all the cool kids sell drugs and like scam and just got money. So for you to want to be in whatever field you're trying to be in, creative, commentary, whatever this is for you, and still like be a normal person, because we're all fucking normal people at the end of the day. Like even Jay-Z, who puts his pants on one leg at a time. Somebody once told me, I told them, we were talking about Jay-Z, and she's like, I was like, Jay-Z puts his pants on one motherfucking leg at a time. She's like me, she's like, well, that's a different pair of pants. I'm like, no, it the fuck is not. I was like, we put our pants on the same way. Like, so I got respect for cats like you, and my message would be to people is that there are more cats like you, like me, like who are not rich, whose dad is not Tommy Hilfiger, whose parents don't have $100 million, whose brother didn't play in the NFL, whose girlfriend's dad don't know such and such, that convince themselves not to do what they want to do because either fear not accomplishing it or of like wanting insecurity or whatever, and they just still fucking do it anyway. And it's like, it's a lonely road. Like, this is like pursuing your passions over the sanctity of safety is always going to be a lonely road, because most people are going to go that way. Like, lights are definitely going to be paid. Definitely gonna get to go to Disney once every 3 years. Get a new car every 10 years. Yeah, let me take that. I want that. I want that guaranteed over big fucking question mark. So props to you, bro, for just like, I'm impressed that we're sitting here having this conversation, because most people would just like have stood on the other edge of the like, I'ma like tell the dude like what's up, like you know like you gonna get what you want out of life. You're doing it. So props to you. That would be my message. Like props to Charles.
That's hard.
Shout
as
out
fuck,
Charles,
dog.
man.
That's hard as fuck.
Man, we about to wrap the interview up, dog.
You really
Y'all
that
got
nigga.
anything? You
Yeah,
got anything
nigga.
on show?
You that
telling
nigga.
you
That's what I gotta say. You that
I'm telling me
nigga.
that nigga every day.
You that
man.
nigga, man.
And to my man Austin.
Austin really him.
Nah, you were him.
Austin $1 million
He tried to take
deal
the shine
on
You
off
were
him.
him.
He tried to take the shine.
You right there. That's
Austin $1 million deal on the loop.
No, man.
Really? Are you?
Nah, not $1 million yet. But yeah, we'll speed of existence. Yeah,
Okay.
$1 million deal.
Man.
With Like Sushi, I need to be in the lookbook. Shout out, y'all, I'm gonna be in the next Like Sushi lookbook.
You really want to be in the lookbook?
Facts.
Yeah, I told Wayne.
I had a brand told me no, I don't look good enough.
Who
I
that?
said, what you mean? I said, what you mean? I look good enough to be in the lookbook, man.
Your partner told you in the
Yeah, man. Izzy said, I was like, put me in the lookbook, Izzy. He was like, no, brother.
I see y'all put the podcast. You gotta get all this in the like sushi lookbook. I'm fucking with
They
that.
told me no, brother. I'm like, damn. I ain't think I was ugly.
Y'all would be. You know what? That's a
I like it.
See,
I'm
I fuck
with
with that. Like you even see the vision for how it would be done well. Like yeah, that would be tight. Like having y'all as a trio in the lookbook. Yeah, that's.
Come
We're
on.
full. We full.
Well,
Nigga said,
Four.
fuck Mo. Damn, shit.
Nigga say I don't like that
That's cool,
jersey.
Mo. That's cool, Mo. They don't fucking leave.
No, I like it.
Yeah, like, all right.
Yeah.
I heard it, man. We're in the next lookbook, man.
Yeah, catch from the outside on your next like sushi lookbook. Fuck.
Like Sushi X, where the bitches at, nigga? Collab coming soon, nigga.
Man.
You gonna get canceled saying that.
Yeah. Now, have y'all ever listened to like a real episode of our podcast?
I listened to the one with Andrew.
Bro, listen to like a regular episode.
Okay.
We for sure not gonna make it big. We for sure gonna get canceled.
Strictly off of him, too.
Okay.
Nah, it ain't off of him. It's a little bit of everybody. He play a major part in it. He play a major part in it. I play a
Tight.
major part in it. So
Nah.
we're for sure gonna get canceled.
Man, y'all need to do these like once a week for like 35 minutes. I need to do short ones, just y'all three, and then do the big ones every now and then.
That's we do them all an hour, but that's literally what we do. Like when we drop every week.
Y'all got
it's
good
just-
charisma.
Huh?
Y'all got good charisma. I've been
Yeah,
on
it's
a
clean.
couple.
I
I've been
like
on a
the
couple of
execution.
podcasts. This has been the
Everybody
most
say
fun.
that. Everybody say
Yeah,
everybody.
man,
who
real
interviews
likable
us
guy.
say
It's that God energy.
No,
Y'all need to
y'all
get
got
that.
it. Y'all get it.
Look, why do y'all not have the Exclave sponsorship? Wasn't he on the last
Man,
podcast?
we
He said it's possible.
should've grabbed the
What
bottle.
is going on, Andrew?
got a bottle.
Where's
Come
the
on.
Hey,
Exclave
nah, get
sponsorship?
Andrew on the phone. Andrew, we need some Exclave, my boy.
They got the level water.
He got the bottle of Exclave right here. Wait, no. Man, nah.
got
Andrew got to tap in for us to put the bottle out.
Yeah, we got blur. Look, jump cut that in, but
Yeah,
blur it out.
blur it out.
Jump cut it in, but blur it out. And it's gonna say this could be your sponsor. This could have been another. Look, like I could have told you a whole nother story about getting fired via email by my cousin. We'll say that for another episode.
Hey, we're going to end the podcast right there. Everybody got
turn
this
it.
shit to do. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. If this your first time listening, we appreciate you. If it's your last time, fuck you. Yeah, anybody
you
got
listen-
closing remarks?
You listen for an hour and you gonna stop listening?
Nah, if this your last time listening, if they made it through,
That's what I'm saying.
they probably was so. This was a good episode. Sometimes we make people mad, like, and you probably listened to be mad, but you made it, so we fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a winner at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. I love it.
We gone.
Well, yeah. What's your message?
My message.
Yeah, at the end, if you had to leave people with one message.
If I had to leave somebody with one message, fuck. Damn, you want a deep message or ignorant message? Because I'm gonna channel my energy. I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna keep it true to myself, man. If I had
Channel
to-
your inner brother Umar.
Nah, if I had to leave, if I had to leave everybody with one message, dog, I feel like from this, I think I got like confirmation that like, bro, do what make you happy. Like when you wake up in the morning, like I feel like everybody got a fucking burning desire. Life is about chasing that burning desire and not really chasing the trappings of what we see around us. Like, don't compromise your character for possessions or things. Like, do what makes you happy. All the other shit cool.